It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And we're off from MetLife. He'll take this at the 10. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State fourth-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for. This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
From the 43. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And they had that one contained right at the line. He was brought down by Roy Robertson-Harris. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Ferguson there to bring it in. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Dak now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Rolling left, buying some time. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you could see some of those nerves slipping through.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Caught by Theo Johnson. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 32. He finds Johnson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. To throw it on first down. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
A handoff to Tracy. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
They go play action on first. Escapes the pocket, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Gets this to Slayton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. To the air now on 1st and 10. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
No better luck in the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Starting at the 10. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Dallas sending its offense out for the second time this game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
You know, that's one you watch the next day, Kate, and you're just bummed. As a QB, you're a perfectionist. And when it's caught but out of bounds, you know it could have been just a little bit more accurate on your end.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Dak. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Cowboys putting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Engeron now. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
They go right back to Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Back to throw. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. We'll have him gain about a handful there. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Malik Hooker with the tackle.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Gets this to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Now it's a bootleg for him. And they will score. Touchdown, New York! The Giants take a second quarter lead. Malik Neighbors with the touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants push their lead to 3. Gano ready to send this away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Drew Phillips making the tackle. Second and 6 coming up here. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Prescott here from the gun. That throw finds Pickens. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, ball at the 36. Dak throwing again. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Another throw for Prescott. You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the gun is Prescott. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And it sets up second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott hits his running back. And they get this down to the 28. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Throw complete to Lamb. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Dak now from the gun. It's caught, Ferguson. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Dodges the tackle and he's in. Touchdown. The Cowboys take a second quarter lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys take a 4-point lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This taken from the 12. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
It's a pickup of 26. And the Giants will have a first down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. A give to Tracy up the middle. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. It's a gain of 8, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Robinson in motion right. Here's 2nd and 2. Gets this to Slayton. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. They'll throw it. Has his man, it's Tracy. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got him. That's Tracy. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And they send a man in motion. They go play action here. To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds.
Hey, I understand why this crowd and these fans were celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch, that looked good, but you got to get both feet down, too.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Pass play coming here. That's caught for the first. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
And this is caught. Touchdown, New York! The Giants get some late points and the lead. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants push their lead to 3. Gano ready to send this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Cowboys taking over on offense. Not much time left before halftime. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
That's going to bring us to the end of this first half of football with the Giants holding things down in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. This return makes it up to the 25. The Giants ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion. So that effort up.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Giants grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, partner, with the increased focus on receivers now in the ground game, the jet sweep, it's a weapon all 32 teams and coaches have to rely on for offense. And for the good ones, it can be a lucrative play to have ready, too.
Yeah, lucrative on the scoreboard, certainly, Caden. Don't forget about lucrative for the wallet, too. Next time his agent's at the negotiating table, he's going to be sure to bring plays up like that one and mention the value he can bring beyond the work of just catching the football.
Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants make it a 10-point ball game. Gano ready to send this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Dak out of the pistol. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Dak. And he can't reel it in, incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Collects this at the 32. And he's brought down before the return gets far. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He finds Slayton. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's Tracy once more. They'll cobble together a yard there. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. From midfield now. Pass cut by Tracy. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First down, here's Dak. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Prescott here from the gun. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Collects this at the 35. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. 65 yards on the punt there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And this one doesn't go far. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. To the air now on 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
They go play action on first. Taken in by Bellinger. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Caught near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Throwing it again here. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants take a 3-possession lead. Gano ready to send this away. He'll take this at the 10. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Cowboys about set to take over. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun is Prescott. Escapes the pocket. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
And the Giants going nickel, 3rd down coming. Dak now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. They get 3 on the run. Put a 1 in front of that now as it brings up 3rd and 13. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Buys time, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Fourth and forever coming up. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. Throwing deep for the end zone. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Trying the right side with Tracy. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Back to throw now. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Broken up by a big guy at the line. And 4th and 4 coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. It's caught. Ferguson. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 22 on 2nd down. Escapes out to the left. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Working quickly here. Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one does not go far.
That's just the case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Offense up to the line fast. Desperation time here on 4th. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This is Tracy. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants about set to celebrate this win. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Tracy. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5. A give right side to Tracy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He gets 3 on the run, and now a couple of options for him on 4th down. Graham Gano and the Giants field goal unit out. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that extends the lead to 20.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Gano ready to send this away. Turpin with a return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Another drive coming up for this offense. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Throwing on first is Prescott. Hits his running back. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 3 now. From the 28. Short pass brought in. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. They've got first down from the 31. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10 from the 41. First down, here's Dak. Need this to force overtime. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying, they kept taking shots at the very end, but now we have reached that end. This one's over. So here at MetLife, it's the G-Men who come away with the win. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, oh, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.